Now that you have assembled your e-bike, I'm sure you're anxious to take it out for a spin. Here are a couple things you need to know before riding. Make sure your tires are properly inflated to the recommended PSI located on the side of the tire, and are not too squishy. Make sure your front tire skewer is properly tightened and is not loose. Finally, make sure your brakes function correctly and are not soft. Also make sure your battery is seated all the way. A slight gap may cause the e-bike to not be able to turn on at all. To turn on your e-bike, first make sure that the key is pointed towards on. Then hold down your power button to turn on the screen. On the screen, you see you will have your battery life on the top right, a speedometer in the middle, as well as your odometer in the bottom right. You also have the ability to switch between odometer, trip time, trip mileage, and overall power, simply by tapping the power and M button at the same time. Now that you are ready to ride, here are a couple things to note. You have your thumb throttle or twist throttle on your right hand side, depending on what you originally chose in your order. This is your accelerator. For the thumb throttle, simply push down the lever and the motor will engage. For the twist throttle, simply pull back and your motor will engage. Note that in order to continuously get power from the motor, the throttle has to be engaged at all times. Your pedal assist is controlled by the plus and minus signs. Tapping the plus will add pedal assist levels. Tapping the minus will remove pedal assist levels. Levels 4 to 5 are great for going up hills, while levels 1 to 3 are great for flat ground. Level 0 means you are now pedaling a normal bike. Be mindful that if you hold down your minus button for longer than 3 seconds, you will engage what is called walk assist. That will immediately start walking the bike for you. Now that you are on pedal assist 0, we have provided you with a thumb shifter so that in case you do want to ride your e-bike like a bike, you can. Simply push the plus button on the thumb shifter to make the e-bike harder to pedal. Push the minus lever in the back to make the e-bike easier to pedal. 1 is the easiest gear to pedal on, and 7 is the hardest gear to pedal on. Going back to the throttle and pedal assist, you have the ability to use the throttle and pedal assist at the same time, pedal assist only, throttle only, or no electronics at all. Your front brake is on your left hand side and rear brake is on your right hand side. Both of these brakes act as a kill switch for the motor, so if either of them are engaged, you won't be able to use your throttle or pedal assist. This option comes in handy when you're going around a corner or simply would like to reduce your speed. Now for some newer items we have added for you. Your e-bike now comes with a horn, blinkers, and a blinking headlight. Now that we have gotten the basics out of the way, it's time to go on a ride. Start off by putting your e-bike on the easiest gear and start pedaling. Once you are comfortable with that, then start to increase your pedal assist to level 1. Once you are comfortable with pedal assist level 1, you can then start incorporating your throttle. Once you have gotten the basics down, here's an advanced function you might like. It is called Throttle Power Cruise Control. Simply hold down the throttle until you're at the right speed you would like to maintain, and simply hold down the minus button for longer than 3 seconds and until the speedometer icon shows up on the screen. Now my speed is set without having me to do anything. We have also included a USB port on your display screen so that you can charge your phone. Simply hold down the power and M button at the same time until the USB icon pops up, and now you can charge your phone. You also have a front suspension fork. The dial on the right controls whether or not you have suspension. When both arrows are facing forward, you have suspension. When both arrows are facing to the right, you don't have suspension. The dial on the left controls how much suspension you have. Turn counterclockwise to have less suspension, and clockwise to have more suspension. You have now learned how to ride your e-bike. If you're ever at a cool spot, be sure to tag us on Instagram at Doheny Bike. Stay safe, riders!